all came from Venus. I'm feeling way too hot, high-headed, I got a fever. I came from heaven and made it through hell, and now I got ether. Should've believed him. Damn, you should've believed him. She took a dab of that till she had cataracts. Grabbed the rack, she had a MAGA hat. I tapped the back to Adam's app.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki. I'll bring you the latest and trending topics, celebrity gossip, and recap on your favorite reality TV shows. But before we get into today's video, please remember to hit that like, that subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Also, leave comments and share my commentary on your different social media platforms. These things help my channel to grow and move through YouTube's algorithm. So today, you guys, over here at Naughty Love Movement, we like to be fair. And when I give a story, I like to present all sides so that everyone can come up with an educated opinion. So Dani Leigh has recently sat down with Angie Martinez to discuss all the controversy that has been going on, you guys. Okay, so I just want to get my reaction to it and to see what you guys think. She looks gorgeous, she's glowing and everything. So let's get into it.
This is Angie Martinez. I am in Los Angeles, California to sit down with Dani Leigh. Not for my first time. I've actually sat with her a couple of years ago when she was promoting her album, The Plan. But a lot has happened in her life and her career over the past couple of years, including some controversy and what she calls a toxic experience that we all witnessed on IG Live happening between her and the father of her baby daughter. Dani has been pretty quiet since then and taking care of her daughter and working in the studio. And this is the first time she will be talking about all of that today. Hi, Dani.
Hi.
First of all, you look beautiful.
You look beautiful. Thank you.
What's happening with you? What's happening in your life? What is this glow about?
I'm definitely in a better place.
Thank God.
It's been a long 2 years. A lot of growing, a lot of learning, a lot of obstacles. So, yeah, I'm in a better place now. Been praying, been working hard, been very focused. I'm a mommy now, so.
Your baby is so cute.
Thank you.
Laura is her name.
Yeah.
She is a very cute little girl. She's real adorable.
A baby Velour, baby Leigh.
I didn't know that was her when I walked in. I was like, who's baby? Daddy, she's delicious. And then she was half asleep and she woke up and she gave me a big smile.
Oh, yeah, she's always smiling. She's so happy.
She seems like a really happy baby.
So happy, and she's so good too. Like, so well behaved. Like, she only cries when she's hungry.
How is that? How's being a mom?
It's good.
Last time I saw you, you weren't even thinking about being a mom.
Oh no, I was like, how long ago was that? Like 3 years ago?
Your hair was 2 years? 2 years ago? 2 years ago.
See, I love Angie Martinez. She is like the GOAT, all right? And she's always been respectful, but she down. Like, she know how to make you feel comfortable. Like, she's like the auntie, all right? But I like how she's like easing her into the questioning.
Yeah. It was a minute.
It was only 2 years ago? No, it had
to be 3 years ago.
It was longer than
It was 3 years
You
ago.
were like at the beginning.
Yeah, I was in the beginning for sure. So
You did good. She's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
She seems really happy. It's so sweet. So
Thank
I'm sure
you.
it's changed you, right? Like being a mom. And
Yeah, it's definitely. I just feel like I have a purpose now. Like, I always felt like I had a purpose. Like, work hard. I want to inspire people. I want to, make a life for my family and everything. But now I just, like, I can't play. Like, the focus is, like, solely on working and myself because I got to do it for her and provide for her. So it's definitely changed me.
I'm glad she realizes that she has to work on herself to be better for her daughter. That's all great and everything. Right now, I think she just kind of putting on for us, but I'm glad she took the time to work on herself and build up her self-esteem because that situation was traumatic that she went through.
Needed, like, a blessing.
And it sounds like you are having some therapy with the music. It feels like your experiences are going to be showing in some of the music that you're working on now.
It's crazy because, I was in Orlando at the time, right after I left Charlotte. Rodney Jerkins. I found out he was out there. So I was like, oh, let me hit him up and see if we could work or something. And he had a whole camp going on. And I hit him up and we linked up. And I kind of told him everything that happened. He had no idea because he was not on Instagram. No. I'm like, how do you not know?
Rodney,
right.
What planet?
Right. So I showed him like everything and he was like, oh, you got a story to tell? And I was like, yeah.
I mean, some of the best music comes out of people who have artists who have stories to tell, who have been through
That
some
is
things.
so
No,
true.
for sure.
Which I feel like there's so many things I want to catch up with you on because it's been so long.
Mhm.
But I feel like the elephant in the room obviously is because you've been quiet. You have been like on purpose quiet, right? Like
Yeah.
you've been kind of probably sorting through
Definitely on
what
purpose.
you had to deal with. But
yeah.
it was November.
Mm-hmm.
This IG live happens, and it was just from the outside and not knowing what was going on in your personal life. It was hard to watch. You know what I mean? It was like shocking.
Mm-hmm.
What could you tell us about what was happening that day for you?
I would say me and him were in a very bad place in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I had left before that. Like there was a time where I left before that, and then we tried to work things out. So I came back again. So I was living there for the 3 months, and my baby was born in Charlotte. So it was just a bad time, bad everything.
Yeah.
Like we were just really going through it, and you know, a lot of things were said, a lot of things came out that night.
In front of everybody.
Right. We were like, I'll admit we were pretty lit. I was drinking a bottle of wine, like, and so it all came out on that live for sure. And yeah, it was very triggering and very sad. I wish it didn't happen because I don't want my baby to see that later on in life, but she'll grow to be her own person and be able to take things in. And yeah.
What will you tell her about that day, about what was happening?
Naughty Crew, drop down into my comments. Let me know what y'all think so far. You know, if she left once, she should have stayed gone. But because she went back, she got what she got. And I get she was young, naive. But when people show you who they are, believe them.
Have you thought about that?
I have thought about that, but it also, I feel like, just depends on the type of person she grows up to be. Like, the only responsibility I have is to, you know, just raise her to be a strong woman, and she'll feel how she feels. I feel like she's her own person, so.
Mm-hmm. The thing about it is, like, we all listen, everybody been in relationships that were healthy, not healthy.
Right.
You're not the first girl to be in a relationship that maybe could wind up where that was. But
right.
I think what shocked a lot of people is the way that he was talking to you and the things that he said.
Mm-hmm.
He called you his side piece.
Right.
He told you to leave the house. It just seemed like it was a really toxic situation.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the first time that had happened for you. Was it? Like, what could you tell us about your relationship and the situation you were in?
Well, me and baby, we have been talking been together for about like 3 years on and off. Mm-hmm. We started talking like September 2019. So it was toxic. Mm-hmm. You know, we had our really good times. And I
was going to say, it doesn't start toxic.
No, we were like this in the beginning. Like, we were in love, like that honeymoon phase. Like, you know, it was really good. We both.
Like white on rice. You know how it is with new love, you guys.
Kind of at our peak of our careers too. Like, I had Rolling Loud, he had Rolling Loud the next day. Like, it was just always like we were always both so busy. I had Fashion Week. Like, it was intriguing for both of us to be like, you know, doing good, and like we would be supporting each other. So it was good. And then of course he had his little mess ups and stuff. So we'd break up for a month and then get back together, and then again we break up. We broke up a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot of on and offs going on, but during that time, I definitely wasn't his side piece. And he knows that too. But I felt like when I spoke to him, he told me like the night before I was doing the most when it comes to like crying and all this stuff, how I felt. And I guess he said what he said out of anger and try to make me look bad.
It sounds like a man that is very emotionally disconnected. And it's just like, why stick around for that? Why?
Yes, I don't know.
So that moment happens. Can you even like?
Right.
Can you even believe it while it's happening? Like, what are you thinking while it's happening? I know you said you're drinking wine and stuff.
Oh, that night, the first night?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild. It was definitely wild. It was very selfish, being that I just had our baby. Like, it was very selfish. And
does he apologize to you?
no.
Really?
He's just like that, though. As you can see, you see in his interview, he said, does he regret anything? He said, nope. I live life without regrets as well. But if there's something I could take back, I feel like, or handle differently, like I will say that. Like, that shows accountability. Like, that's maturity, especially take away everything else. It's like, we have a kid together, like, so.
So where are you now? Like, what's your...
Look, the baby lives a life of no accountability at all. He has probably a bunch of yes men around him because he is the primary breadwinner and taking care of everyone. So they allow him to do whatever, run wild. But the law, on the other hand, is a different story.
Like now, because you do have a kid together.
Right. It's a big challenge, honestly. Anybody I've ever dated, like, I've never been friends with. Like, I'll block them. Like, I would never hear from them.
I love you to don't ever talk to me again.
I'm just like that. Like, I'll cut you off and never see you. You're not part of my life anymore. So it's definitely been a challenge to, like, have to keep this relationship and friendship whenever it becomes that.
Wait a minute, Naughty Crew. She's the type to just block you. Why didn't you do this to this guy? Why he was able to get away with so much? See, that's what I mean. Like, when you have to change who you are to be with somebody, it's just not healthy. I mean, and change is good as long as it's for a positive, for a healthy reason, and because you want it, not because you're doing it for somebody else.
But I feel like it's a challenge on my maturity as well. So I like it because it's like, okay, obviously the relationship is way different now. And it's like, you can't get emotional. Like, you can't, so just working through it. It's a little hard, but something I'm learning.
How's the co-parenting going?
Right, like that.
Can you do it? I mean, like, have you been?
We've been doing it. Yeah. We live in different places. So he only can see her so much. So it's like, and I'll let him see her. So
I used like...
She'll let him see him. You have to let him be a part of his child's life. He does not have to have a relationship with you. Y'all can create a whole healthy co-parenting situation, but women kill me. Like, a lot of women nowadays, they'll hold the kid as a pawn and keep the other parent out of their life. It's called parental alienation. It's just not right. That's not fair to the child. I know when I was raising my girls, well, I'm still raising one, but I never put any limitations on when their father could come see them, because that's their father. They need their dad.
Really, what I want to ask you is, like, where are you at with that relationship? Because, like, it's hard, right?
Yeah.
It's over.
I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like it almost had to go there, like, for me to let go.
Why?
I mean, maybe not had to go there, but...
You were in it.
I was in it. Like,
you were in love.
Who knows if I would have, like, stayed if we weren't on live. Like, I don't know. Like, there had been so many chances that I gave, but now, like, I've just learned and grown so much that I'm just like, okay, I've just learned to love myself so much more. Because I feel like I really did love him so much that I was just giving it all to him, all my focus. I didn't even focus on my career. The past 2 years, I haven't really done anything on my music or nothing. So, yeah.
All right, bottom line, she gave it all to him for whatever reasons, and now she is paying the consequences of it, the humiliation that comes with it. She also addresses the Yellow Bone song in the interview. Hold on.
Talking about it. And even on my show, I remember Gucci came to my show and did you saw that? Mm-hmm. And she was like that she felt.
But, Angie goes on to highlight how she got so much support because, every woman has been there, made bad mistakes with relationships and things like that. And nobody wants to be humiliated in front of the world. So in that aspect, I do feel bad for Dani Lynn. I just think she was young, inexperienced, and she thought she was in love. Let me see.
When I did drop the snippet, and saw how everyone reacted, I was like, I messed up.
More than messed up.
I didn't super realize it at that time, and that's why I responded like defensive. But it was a horrible mistake. It was not a good.
She's talking about the Yellow Bone
for me, and
song she dropped.
It was a hard time in that time. Like, a lot was going on in my life. Like, me and baby broke up. That happened. Me and my family. I was pregnant. Like, it was just all at once. So I was like, ooh, what is God trying to teach me right now? Because it was definitely a learning lesson for me. And I just want to say to everybody that I'm super sorry. Because it just was a mistake. I'm a Dominican woman. I have family members that are dark-skinned. My daughter's a Black girl. Like, it just was, to even speak on skin tone, like, I realized how, like, messed up that is now.
Did you have, like, no idea of that before?
I didn't have no idea of it, but I don't think I wrote the song intentionally, like, to be, like, a praise of, like, light skins or anything. So it was just kind of, like, I don't know. I just think I wasn't really thinking. It was very, like, ignorant. You know, and
you had said when you were like being defensive that was a term that you had heard, and you didn't think it was a negative term. You didn't know better to know that it could be, you know, a negative term.
Yeah.
So was it a complete surprise to you when people reacted the way they did?
It took me a moment for it to kick in, where I was like, ooh, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah, not the right decision. And then I've done my research and I've done all that now, and I've seen like how sad it could be, like for dark-skinned women in the industry, in music, TV, film, regular life in general. Like, it's a big problem. And
so there you have it, Naughty Crew. I'm glad she apologized for that. And, you know, people are human. They make mistakes, but she needs to educate herself. So going forward, whatever content she puts out there, she won't get backlash like that. And I get the girl was going through a lot. I ultimately think Dani Leigh is this young. Her being a mom, I think, will help mature her, and she'll see things in a different light. Naughty Crew, drop down into my comments. Let me know what y'all think about her interview. Do you feel bad for her, or do you feel like she deserved what she got? You know, ultimately, I'm glad she's working on herself and she's getting back to her art and stuff like that, so that she can provide a stable life for her daughter. So that's all I have for you today, Naughty Crew. Please remember to hit that like, that subscribe, and that bell button so you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Until next time, one.
Niggas came from Mars, y'all came from Venus. I'm feeling way too hot-headed, I got a fever. I came from heaven and made it through hell, now I got ether. Should've believed, damn, you should've believed.